Hello, my name is Mary.
My name is Ashna.
Today, we'll be talking about the importance of an inclusive playground, the current challenges faced by children with physical disabilities, and how we can create a more accessible and enjoyable play environment for all kids. Play is a basic human right, yet many children with disabilities are denied this joy. For children aged 2 to 14 with physical disabilities, playgrounds often present more barriers than opportunities. Traditional playgrounds often have equipment that is not wheelchair friendly. For instance, the stairs, ladders make it impossible for children with wheelchairs to access slides and climbing structures. Swings, a favorite for many kids, usually lacks the necessary support for children with disabilities. High back swings with harness are rarely found in standard parks. The lack of inclusive designs not only excludes the children with disabilities, but also discourages their families from visiting playgrounds altogether, leading to social isolation and missed opportunities for physical activity. Playgrounds must have at least any of the three adaptive equipments. This includes this includes the adaptive swing, which has a high back and harness for extra support, the ramp accessible slide, which has smooth ramps with safety rails, the sensory play panels, which has engaging structures, sounds, and visuals, inclusive carousels, which has low platforms and secure spaces for wheelchairs, the ground level play structure for easy access playhouse and stand tables, the transfer platforms, which provide stability bars and easy transfers, and the accessible merry-go-round, which is ground level for wheelchair for to provide access for wheelchair. We envision the inclusive playground in public parks, tourist attractions, housing developments, schools, hospital and rehab centers, specialized facilities, and community centers.
Did you know, according to the 2023 Australian Bureau of Statistics, approximately 10.8% of children aged 0 to 14 years old reported having a disability? 1 in 4 Australian children were considered obese or overweight. The Waverley Council conducted a study with 54 families with children aged 2 to 14 years old participated in the study. The study revealed alarming statistics. 71% of wheelchair users found their nearest playground to be almost inaccessible. 57% of the children in wheelchairs rarely or never visited a public playground. 86% of them cannot use the playground equipment. A story from a family member with a child experiencing a physical disability was shared. A family member reported, "When BJ was younger, there was no accessible or inclusive playgrounds. When it became too difficult to have him on our lap or on a swing or to walk up a slide, we started avoiding playgrounds altogether. AJ is younger, so it meant that she missed out on family outings to the playground on weekends. I'd take her during the week when BJ was at school. Taking BJ was too hard and it highlighted what he couldn't do." On the next slide, there is a real-life example of where an inclusive playground has been implemented to promote play for children with disabilities. Levi's Place in Sydney is an inclusive playground. The walking gate to enter the playground has communication boards that have been implemented to encourage choice making and communication. On the next slide, the elevated sand play tables for children in a wheelchair can wheel up to the table and play side by side with peers or families and friends. An adaptive swing for children in a wheelchair. The changing rooms and bathrooms include grab rails, a shower with a shower bench, privacy screen, and lever taps. A wheelchair-accessible boat allows children using a wheelchair or walking frame to let the imagination set sail and play with friends and families in this sailing boat. On the next slide, the carousel is large and a favorite part of the playground. There are places for wheelchairs, chairs, seats, and plenty of standing room. There is a lot of space and it allows the other children who may be unsure to play alongside comfortably. There is a ramp on the slide of the playground, and there's a ramp on the slide, allowing children who can transfer from a wheelchair or pram to access the slide easily. An in-ground trampoline allows wheelchair users to hop on and also makes it easier for children as it is leveled access. This playground is an excellent example of an inclusive playground, and more councils should implement something similar and implement these strategies and equipment.
Here are some videos and examples of the inclusive playgrounds.
All right, here we go. And 2. My turn.
Something that I just saw him. Would you ever think you would actually see in your life with Scorpion? This is hard with Scorpion. I am 5 years old and I think this ring is amazing. I like this ring also because any wheelchair person can go on it, and any person that even doesn't have a wheelchair can go on it. Yeah, and we can all play together.
So every Here we go. You need a suntan? Are we working on that? Yeah. That's what's up. Let's do this.
What does it mean?
Push. Try it. Back in your pull. Alright. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, you're fine. On the cheese.
Alrighty, so after we've seen some examples, let's talk about the cost. The total estimated cost for an all-inclusive playground could cost between 80,000 to 200,000. Now that depends on how many of the equipments you want to include in the playground. And as recommended before, at least any of the 3 equipments will be great for an inclusive playground. Now the normal playground can cost between 60,000 and 100,000. So the actual equipment cost for the adaptive swing is about 24,000. The ramp accessible slide is 16,000. The ground level play structure is 10,000. The sensory play panels, 8,000. Inclusive carousel, 17,000. Transfer platforms, 12,000. And the accessible merry-go-round is 20,000. Site preparation, safety surfacing, and installation does depend on the size of the playground. As for the stakeholders, we have potential funding bodies that would be willing to fund this project. And this includes the Department of Social, so the federal and state grants, which include the Department of Social Services, which provides grants through programs like Community Grants Hub, which supports projects aimed to improving community participation and social inclusion. We also have the National Disability Insurance Scheme, which offers funding for inclusive community infrastructure projects, and the Department of Infrastructure, Transport, Regional and Development and Communication, which offers grants through programs such as the Building Better Region Fund and the Stronger Community Program. As for the local government, there are local councils which often have community grants or matching grants program for play development and upgrades. We also have the state government grants, such as the New South Wales, Victoria, and Queensland, which have specific funding programs for community infrastructures, including playgrounds. For example, the New South Wales government Everyone Can Play program. And other non-for-profit and charitable organizations, community foundations, and corporate and private sectors who are willing to fund the project. All we need to do is work together to mandate the inclusive playground all around Australia and potentially all across the countries. All Kids Kingdom is more than a playground. It's a space where every child can be themselves, enjoy active play, and build a brighter future. Our number one goal is to increase participation of children with special needs by 20% in 6 months. Goal number 2 is to implement a structured independent play skills program within 4 weeks. And goal number 3 is to establish a body system to increase a positive and inclusive interaction by 45% in 3 months. And I guess our main goal is to mandate inclusive playgrounds in New South Wales within the next 12 months.
Play is a child's right. Play is an important part of a child's development as children learn through play. The Discrimination Act 1992 highlights that every child and every person should be able to use services. However, the Australian government or local councils have ignored this problem. No policies or guidelines have been mandated to include adaptive equipment in all playgrounds for children with disabilities. At first glance, a normal playground may seem fine with swings, slides, a climbing structure. However, there lies the problem. Many people view these play areas as adequate to meet the needs of the average child. However, forgetting about the children with different ability levels. Suddenly, when viewed through a different lens, there lies the problem and highlights the inaccessibility some children experience. Inclusive playgrounds create a safe space for children to come together and feel comfortable. Accessible playgrounds are an important component of a healthy community. These types of playgrounds encourage interactions between children of all abilities, which is a key component of social, emotional, and physical development. The playground can seem like such a simple aspect of a community, but it is a benchmark in meeting a child's core development needs. Inclusive playgrounds promote family time, community engagement, improve self-confidence and esteem, fine and gross motor skills can be developed, self-expression, body awareness, social and emotional development through bonding with other children. We urge the Australian government and local councils to mandate policies to ensure adaptive equipment is required in all playgrounds for children with disabilities across Australia. Together, let's empower every child to rule the playground. Thank you so much.
Thank you.